Microsoft is known for making some pretty incredible announcements lately. They've kind of gone on the right track. A lot of people are very happy with what Microsoft is doing, and we continue to see some good things coming from them in terms of their first-party output. We know their scores are getting better and better. The quality is getting better and better. People just want to know, when are we going to get the games? But of course, for every 3 steps forward, it seems like they do take a step back, and fans are complaining about this, and I find it to be pretty incredulous that this is something that Microsoft will just let go. I know Microsoft is far from perfect, but at the same time, we have to realize that Microsoft knows what fans want, and they do things specifically for fans. If you don't have fans and you don't have people supporting your products, what good is it making the product? So you have to keep people happy, which is exactly what this is all about. Obviously, Microsoft and Sony are going to do things that maybe don't please their fan bases, but this sounds really, really lame. And it sounds like something that maybe is just a mistake and not something Microsoft is intending to actually do to hurt gamers, because I think that would be foolish and stupid. And not only that, but it would give PlayStation and even Nintendo a huge leg up over what they're trying to do. So I want to get into the video. Hopefully you guys are buckled in. It's going to be a good topic. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer, and of course this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much. Anyway, with that being said, listen, I know how busy everybody is, and the fact that you take your time out to watch my videos means everything. If you could please take the time out to just like the videos, that would be awesome as well. Main reason is it helps things to get seen, and that's very important in the YouTube world. So thank you guys very much for, rocking out with me and just being cool people. It does mean a lot. So with that being said, let's get into this bit of news and the topic. So we know that Xbox is doing some really cool things. We also know that Microsoft has a tendency to, maybe screw up once in a while. And that's not something that people talk about. It's not something that fans talk about. But it is something that happens. And it's something that happens to every game company, everywhere, really. And to be honest with you, when you see stuff like this happen, I honestly think that this is something that is probably a mistake. So the latest Xbox Insider Ring removes Twitter sharing for game DVR clips. But is it permanent, and did Xbox Game DVR just take a step backwards? So, according to this, it looks like they've kind of taken away the ability to share, not only just video shots, but screenshots. This article comes from way of Windows Central and Jess Gordon, as many of you know. Just came out. I'm going to link it, of course, so you guys can check it out. It says, Microsoft's Xbox Series X is a great console, arguably its best ever, with monstrous power and a cool, quiet package. It's by no means perfect, though. One of the biggest annoyances with Xbox Series X and its platforms pertains to Xbox Game DVR. Per their own polling, the Xbox Game DVR is a far bit behind the competition, with clunky editing features, slow performance, and poor file management. In this latest Xbox Insider build, however, it seems like it's going to get worse before it gets better. While it may be temporary and the result of testing, Microsoft has removed Twitter sharing entirely from the Xbox dashboard. This means that users won't be able to share directly to Twitter anymore, which is a feature both PlayStation and Nintendo support directly. As of writing, you can still link your Twitter account to your Xbox Live account, but the only purpose it does is serve to display your username on your Xbox Live profile. As for why they're doing this can be anyone's guesses. Microsoft often removes features citing low usage from its users as an excuse, but for those few who do use those features, it comes at a bit of a kick in the teeth. It could be that Microsoft has to pay Twitter a fee for API access as it doesn't think it's worth it anymore. It could be that Microsoft is gearing up to replace the system with something else that will allow you to share from your Xbox directly to Twitter, but all of this right now is just speculation. It comes off as odd given that Microsoft just reintegrated Twitch streaming into the Xbox dashboard. They've reached out to Microsoft to get clarification for the plans, but if it is indeed plan changed and no replacement lined up, it's just another reason to be annoyed with clip sharing in Xbox. Now, let me say this. I don't think it's something that few people use, because the whole thing that Microsoft added to their freaking controller in, 2020 is the share button, right? They copied the share button that Sony had created in 2013. That's the big improvement. people don't understand. Like, I see shares all the time. Yes, I follow gamers, but everybody shares their video game clips, their clips, their screenshots. It's free advertising. Now, I'm not going to come down harsh on them just for the sake of being harsh. I'm saying, it's one of the things that they get free advertising, right? They get basically free advertising. And for me personally, I don't understand why they would continue to, kind of not have this amazing feature be out there. Like, to me, I just think that it doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. And I'm sure we'll probably see some kind of clarification before too long. But yes, fans are rightfully ticked off about this. And I don't understand the whole idea behind it, because like I said, even Nintendo, who absolutely, without a doubt, is stuck in, some kind of 30-year ago time loop, where they don't allow people to stream their games, they don't allow people to put gameplay up on certain things, or, they got a lot of hoopla that you have to go through. But they allow direct sharing to Twitter for screenshots and things like that. I think, we're in a day and age where it's silly not to have the ability to do that, and I don't understand what Microsoft's thoughts could possibly be. But again, this is the outer fringe of the, the trial program. So, maybe we'll see what's going to happen long term. But it does sound a little bit weird to me that people aren't going to be able to do this. And I just don't see Microsoft, cutting out the ability to do that. So, obviously, they're trying to drive. I mean, one thought is if they do remove the ability to do it right away, it's like they are trying to drive all external social network sharing to the mobile app. You push it and, there it is or whatever. I could see like something like that being the case. But the interesting thing is, whenever I try to view screenshots or videos on the social app, I get a little frowny face and it says I can't do it or whatever, so it hardly works. So sharing from the Xbox itself is always the easiest way to do it. And, for me, I thought it wasn't even, oddly enough, I just learned that you can actually share up to four pictures at a time, screenshots at a time on PlayStation. So that, I was hoping that Microsoft would add that. Remember, they used to have Upload Studio with backgrounds and this kind of, that stuff is cool. It's creativity. It creates a lot of free advertising for games, free advertisement for your platform. So I definitely don't understand what the thought process is here behind removing it, and I hope that they don't remove it. And I hope enough people kind of speak out and say, hey, please don't remove this feature. It's something that we use. I don't care how few you think use it. There's always on my thing trending screenshots, and Xbox Series X or whatever is a great way to do that, and I hope they continue to allow that. This would be one of the few missteps that I've noticed from Microsoft lately, and it just wouldn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. And I do think that there are a lot of people that are kind of talking about this, and there are a lot of people, that are able to sort of go out there and say, hey, you know what, I want to share my clips, and people get interested in that stuff, and to me, that's what it's all about. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys check it out. You guys are amazing. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap gamer out.